Welcome back. In the previous part, we learned that the Western Church were behind the assassination attempt, and they were also trying to steal a sword of some kind that we were the ones who were able to wield, probably because of our crest, and there was this weird Death Knight as well down in the, what was it, the mausoleum? That was it, wasn't it? It's quite strange, there's so many questions being raised here, but it's almost like we were fated to be there. That's all I can think. Maybe the crest made us go there, caused all these events to happen. I don't know. It's just that sort of like feeling of like, everything's very convenient for us right now. We've picked up a sword. Like, we became a professor and picked up this sword quite fast when you think about it in terms of arriving here. It's been, what, 2-3 months? So, So anyway, the Western Church?
Oh, that's right. Gerald mentioned that you grew up completely isolated from the church. The Church of Faerghus is split into a few different branches across Fódlan. The central church is headquartered right here at Garegg Mach. Then there's the Western Church. Far west from Castle Gaspar, where Lord Lonato had his little rebellion, is the fortress city of Arianrode. It's the strongest fortress in the kingdom. On the other side of it is the headquarters of the Western Church.
Not too smart to bicker with people who worship the same goddess as you.
The bishop of the Western Church must be pretty ambitious. Probably hopes to split off completely. In which case, he'd need to weaken the Central Church's influence. Killing Rhea is certainly one way to do that. To the shock of no one, I hear the knights have been sent to subdue the leaders of the Western Church. We'll probably get a chance to assist.
You're an odd one, aren't you, Professor? How'd you make it this far in life without ever interacting with the church? I can't believe someone like you exists in Fódlan. It's too strange.
If you think that's weird, consider the fact that Rhea hired Teach despite all that.
So those guys they caught, they all got the axe, right? That's brutal.
Lady Rhea can be rather intimidating at times. In fact, she can be downright terrifying. Professor, those who cannot be saved must be delivered to the goddess for judgment. Is that not so?
There you are, Professor. It seems Lady Rhea would like a word with you. Come with me.
Claude raising some points there that I was as well. Just how she was hired so quickly.
The Archbishop lives. Not that I had ever placed much faith in those swine from the Western Church.
I have news, both good and bad. The remains of Saros were not in a tomb. However, something else was. The Sword of the Creator.
Ah, the weapon wielded by that thief, the King of Liberation.
Thief? Huh. At any rate, it is now in the hands of the Academy's new professor. I doubt you will be surprised to hear that the crest stone had already been removed from the sword when it was found.
As expected. It would be foolish to keep both in the same location.
There's more. The professor was able to awaken the sword's true power. Even without the crest stone, the sword glowed red. The professor's crest is compatible. There is no mistaking it.
Absurd. Using a relic without its crest stone should be impossible. The King of Liberation's bloodline should not even...
They must be allowed to keep it, for now. I do not have enough information about the professor to act. As for your request, I assent. The Death Knight is at your command. Use him well.
Good. I believe I will enjoy this a great deal.
This just raises more and more questions about the crest.
I cannot thank you enough for defeating those invaders in the Holy Mausoleum, and especially for protecting the Sword of the Creator. That sword is one of the hero's relics, and the most precious artifact in the Church's possession. It is also a weapon of terrifying power. For now, I will entrust the sword to you. Please, use it wisely.
Lady Rhea, wait! Do you truly mean to give the sword of the Creator to this stranger? Surely it is not the sort of thing one hands over so readily, even to someone who has the ability to wield it. If someone like Nemesis were to appear again, all of Fódlan would be consumed by war.
I'm gonna assume Nemesis was the guy at the beginning that clearly Rhea, or some ancestral Rhea, was fighting.
Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He is an ancient king of mankind who was defeated by Seiros over 1,000 years ago. When Fódlan was attacked by wicked gods, it is said that the goddess gifted Nemesis with the sword of the Creator. Nemesis used that sword to defeat the wicked gods, saving all of Fódlan. Henceforth, he was dubbed the King of Liberation. However, his power began to corrupt him until he himself turned to the darkness. Saint Seiros was forced to destroy him. Lady Rhea, I beg you to reconsider. Given a little more time, we could more accurately assess this stranger's abilities.
No. I have faith, Sothis. Faith that our friend here will not be corrupted by wickedness. Since the death of Nemesis, none have been able to wield the sword of the Creator. Now, after all those long years of being sealed away, it has returned and found a new master.
I understand. As you wish, Lady Rhea. There you have it, Professor. See that you do not betray the trust the Archbishop has seen fit to bestow upon you.
The sword of the Creator? The King of Liberation? Each tale is more confusing than the last. And I really can't read that Rhea at all. That sword is clearly precious. So why is she so keen to gift the thing to you?
Right, so here's where I'm at with my thinking. Like with Rhea, I do think it's the woman we saw at the start, maybe like resurrected or something like that, or she's kept to long life. Something like that. But in terms of like they were trying to find the remains of Seiros and they couldn't. Maybe because she didn't die. Simple as that. It's Rhea. That's what I'm thinking there. That's my theory with that. But what I've also got forming here is Sothis here. And the crest. The fact they brought up this Nemesis, the King of Liberation. The fact he was gifted this sword from like the gods or the goddesses or whatever they said, like the gods of this world. And the fact we can now wield this power, which is probably because of the crest, and it's clearly nothing to do with the bloodline because they were going on about the bloodline. They thought it had ended, so it's like maybe this crest isn't passed down through blood. It's bestowed upon people by the gods. So that would then therefore make me feel that Sothis is a god. And that actually ties a bit back to the Red Canyon when you think about it as well, because she was going about that, how it felt familiar and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, so that's where I'm at with that. But what I jump from there is, why doesn't she know that? Why doesn't she remember? I don't know. So it's like there's little pieces. It's like I've not got enough information to form a proper. That's where I'm at with my thinking and logic, and based on stuff we've been told, stuff we definitely know, and etc. 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 Just so you know where my thoughts lie right now, because I was going sort of with the idea of like Geralt had this power before, but it's like now I'm actually leaning away from that because it's just like this mystery crest is it's all based around this mystery crest, and we haven't got enough information on that yet, I don't feel, to form a coherent theory. It's missing bits and pieces here and there. It's like, just need a bit more. But anyway, yeah, the sword chose me.
Is that a fact? I feel as though we have become entangled in a mystery. And there is one more thing that has been plaguing me. The sword of the Creator. It somehow feels distinct from other relics we have seen. Such as the one that... Oh goodness, what was her name?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, Catherine.
Yes, her. The sword of the Creator is different from her Thunderbrand in one key way. It bears a hole, where something should have been, but is no more. I despise not knowing what is going on. It frightens me. And yet, I place my trust in you. I must. Whatever comes to pass, please swear to cut a path that is your own.
The Sword of the Creator, pulled right from the legends. I finally found it, and yet it ended up in Teach's hands. Could I even use it anyway? Damn it. There's no telling what's to come.
You were looking for it? Again, more questions get raised here.
Part 1. White Clouds. Verdant Rain Moon. Tower of Black Winds. The ceaseless rains that satiate the verdant landscape of Fódlan are accompanied by fierce winds and mighty roars of thunder. This abundance of rain, sparkling as it falls against beams of emerging sunlight, is a constant reminder to the people of Fódlan that nature is ever wild and unpredictable. For when the rain finally does take pause, the clouds part and give way to a glorious rainbow.
I suppose? I know about healing. It's fine. I know to heal. We're alright. We're good on that front. Jeez. Play with the chibi. I'm just trying to think, like, if I can piece anything more together. It's like, not yet. I still feel like there's still, again, pieces missing. It's like, just need a bit more. Damn it.
I have a new mission for you, Professor. I would like for you to take your students into Kingdom territory to eliminate some thieves.
They stole a hero's relic from House Gautier of the Holy Kingdom of Faerghus, the Lance of Ruin. Their leader's name is Miklan. He is apparently a disowned son of House Gautier.
Why was he disowned?
I believe it had something to do with his lack of a crest. Such happenings are fairly common within the kingdom.
The Crestless cannot unleash the goddess's power even if they possess a relic. Nonetheless, they are still capable of simply wielding those weapons.
The hero's relics are immensely powerful weapons. We must meet this threat with adequate force. Unfortunately, most of the Knights of Seiros are away from the monastery, purging the apostates of the Western Church. So we are entrusting you with this mission. After all, you wield the Sword of the Creator, which is more than capable of opposing any relic.
The Sword of the Creator is a powerful weapon well beyond the other relics. You have nothing to fear. However, to ensure that no harm comes to the students, we will also send the monastery's most skilled individuals to aid you.
I must remind you that you are expected to conduct yourself in a manner befitting the wielder of that holy sword. Also, you should know that Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. That is all.
Why?
Hey, Teach. I gotta say, I never would have guessed you were a descendant of the King of Liberation. You didn't forget, did you? That story I told you about a relic that could cut a mountain in half? That relic was the Sword of the Creator, the very same used by Nemesis, the King of Liberation.
But I don't want to cut a mountain in half. So I am not his descendant.
Don't be coy, Teach. The Sword of the Creator could only be wielded by Nemesis. If you can use it too, that can only mean you have that bloodline's crest.
I don't understand.
Fine, keep your secrets. But just so you know, I don't understand isn't gonna cut it here at the monastery. Speaking of, Professor Hanneman has been looking for you. He probably wants to examine your crest with those crazy instruments of his. Actually, sounds amusing. Maybe I'll tag along.
If it isn't my little Claude, what has you so worked up?
Judith? What are you doing here?
That's Lady Judith to you, boy. I told you, until you're in charge, I expect you to address me with all due respect. Anyway, I'm here to retrieve you. Duke Regan's condition has taken a turn for the worse.
Are you saying the old man's on his deathbed?
No, it's not that bad. But in the state he's in, he won't be able to participate in the next Roundtable conference. He wants you to go in his stead. I volunteered to play the messenger.
Wow, thanks for that. Oh, and Teach, this is Judith, also known as the hero of House Daphnel.
So you're little Claude's teacher, are you? How much trouble has he been giving you?
Plenty.
If her nickname didn't give it away, you should know that Judith, Lady Judith, is the leader of the famous House Daphnel of the Leicester Alliance. She used to be a big deal at the Roundtable conferences, but it seems of late she's been reduced to a mere...
You had better shut that mouth before I put my boot in it, you tactless nuisance. Now come on, let's get going. Sorry, Professor, but I need to borrow the boy for a bit.
I suppose we'll have to finish our chat later. Sorry, Teach. But don't you worry, I'll be back in time for our next mission. All right, Judith, let's get going.
It's Lady... I suppose you are the active leader for the time being. Fair enough, boy. Fair enough.
Good of you to come, Professor. I've heard much about you lately. Specifically, that you are able to awaken the sword of the Creator's power. Thusly, it seems the true nature of your crest has been uncovered. I had, of course, seen your crest before. However, at first, I failed to recognize its true nature. Eventually, it dawned on me that what is visible is perhaps merely a small part of a greater whole. In other words, your crest is too significant to be detected when using normal instruments. After this discovery, I began researching crests that might fit that description, which allowed for a temporary hypothesis. However, I could not be certain. The crest my conclusions led me to was far too unusual. A crest thought to have disappeared from this world in the millennium since the fall of Nemesis, the King of Liberation. The crest of flames. That is what you possess.
I'm just... With the voice and what he's going on about, it's like, yes, welcome to the Velvet Room. Crest of Flames.
Your ability to wield the Sword of the Creator has unequivocally proven my hypothesis. A legendary power, dormant since time immemorial and now resurrected. There can be no doubt that this ancient power resides within you.
I knew that much. Again, just like... Okay, sure. We got given this power, or earned this power, or it's just part of the bloodline, which I don't think is the case. But this idea that I have of, like, we've had this power bestowed upon us. Why? Why would we need that? What's happening in the world that's going to require that? Like, because it's clearly with the three houses, it's going to be brewing to a war. Clearly. Like, you've got 3 potential leaders in 3 different houses. It's going to be like an emotional roller coaster towards the end. We're going to have war between the 3 houses, essentially the 3 nations. But, you know, there's going to be war, and it's going to be our side against them. We're going to have to fight against characters that we've come to know in the other houses and stuff like that. Yada, yada, yada. That's clearly down the line. But have we been given the sword and this power because of that? I don't know. It's Manuel's birthday anyway. Let's host a tea party. Okay, so what would you like? I think a ginger tea.
Thank you for your invitation. To what do I owe this surprise?
Offer some tea.
Thank you. Oh, what fun.
Alright, so what conversations we got? School days.
Oh. Huh?
Reliable allies.
That's right. Yeah.
Go with the existence of crests.
Nah.
Oh. Nice tea time.
Thanks for the treat. Come by the infirmary anytime you need anything. I'll be waiting, Professor.
Oh my. Again, we're in this strange room. Why does it go here after that? So clearly we're having our free day here. Like, because that 1% that goes there is like, really? Right, so, ooh, ongoing event, house versus house lance tournament. Award is an intermediate seal, but it's like, is it worth doing that? Because it's sort of like, you could just buy some intermediate seals at this point. Just get them. Just get them. Let's go to the certifications. Byleth. It's like we could potentially get some stat boost here.
A new path to tread.
No. Lorenz. Cavalier, I believe. Boom, 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 boom.
Was there any...
There was no doubt. Guess that's your one for today. Okay, so... I have no beginner ones. So what's going on here? I thought I still had the red circle, but no. Bum, 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 bum. There we go, just a little bit of buff there.
I actually...
It's like, it's strength, we don't really need it, but, you know, we'll take it. We'll take it. I've seen anyone fail yet.
Yeah!
Yeah, I passed, yeah. Claude's other one, the soldier. Bum, 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 bum. No. Who else has got one we can do? You potentially. I want to waste an intermediate one. What are you at the moment? Seriously, what is she at the moment? A brigand. Why did I make her a brigand? I don't know. A status? Let's see here. Oh, I wanted that. Ah! So many options in this status. Strong and heavy, the brigand wields axes and makes exceptional frontline combat. High defense, the class holds front lines, the axe as a shield. Like, why did I choose that over that? I don't know why I did that over the armored knight. I'm not sure. Ooh. We actually got a fail. At least we got to see a fail. That's something. Quite happy we got to see a fail. Right, so, there, right. We've messed around with that now. So let's go to the explorers. Yes. Right, so who's around to speak to? Let's get that quest up there. What was that I just got? No idea. Let's go to the training grounds. I could probably fast travel there, but actually, shop potential over here. What are you gone? Local specialties. We'll have your Angelica tea. Don't know if I need that. That's the thing. I just don't know. 11 sword. Master seal. Well, I'm having that. God, I need to sell stuff to the market. How do I fast travel to the market? Because I've got loads I can sell. Got loads of bullion and stuff all over the place. So you've got something going on here. Blacksmith! Blacksmith, finally!
Welcome!
What can I buy, though? Can I buy a Levin sword at this point? So that would have been interesting to find out, wouldn't it? Because it's like, I don't want to buy one and be like, oh, well, screw it. Let's sell that! No. Yeah. Since spirit dust, what's this? What's this? Permanent increases permanently. Oh, I didn't know these were permanent buffs. I thought well, that changes things. There's an intermediate seal. Sell that, get rid of it.
Many thanks.
Sell that bullion.
Will this one do? Will this one do? Many thanks.
So does anyone else got any more bullion? Forgot I had an intermediate seal there. I could have used that. Oh well. Sell in the convoy. Because I've got all these. It's like, I could have used these. Could have used these.
Will this one do? Many thanks.
All these swords it's that I've got. Okay.
Come back soon.
Indeed. Any more blue things around? Let's get these blue things while we're here. Because it could be something good. Help me! Help me! Not that. Right, so we were... Go with that. Go with that. Because that's close to it. Okay, so I want to buy your local specialty. Don't want to do that yet. Move. Thank you. I'm definitely buying that master seal. I know I won't need it yet. What's this 4-person recon thing? Let's try this recon training. Let the recon training begin. You have 1:30 to search. Where am I looking? What am I doing? What's happening? Don't know.
Okay.
Didn't actually get a chance to do this before. I know it told me about it, but I can't remember. Hey, is one of them you? And the Scythia.
Ugh.
Ugh. So it's just hide and seek.
Yep.
Oh, well, it's just that. Yep. Yep, that's true. That is accurate. So I meant to find all 4 people who are around in the time limit. It's like, oh dear God, they could be anywhere.
Oh.
Could literally be anywhere. Didn't realize we'd have this short amount of time to search. I'm sure I found one of them, but... So, oh dear God.
Okay.
It could be in any one of those rooms, couldn't they? Potentially. What happens if I don't find them? What happens then? What happens then? What's gonna happen in 14, 13, 12, 11? Oh dear God. What happens? What happens? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, we're gonna die. Oh God, what have I done? Time's up. Better look next time. Recon training complete. You earned a bit of prestige for your performance. Okay. To get to go again? No. That's a shame. That is a shame. Ah, well. Okay, so let's see about speaking to you, because I do actually want to try and get you recruited.
So, you have a crest too, eh, Professor? Does that mean you're descended from nobility? You've certainly got the look for it. I sure do wish there were more nobles like you, Professor. A teacher, a mercenary, and so very mysterious. How could a girl ever get enough?
I don't think she could. Gifts. Oh, I've only got that. Recruit.
I do find you very interesting.
Okay, fine. Still need more. Fine. It's that cha I probably need. Cha. Actually, try bringing her along for
a teacher.
Everything.
Yeah.
can see about that in future. Now let's get Linha.
You and your class were at that fight in the Holy Mausoleum, right? I sincerely hope the holy artifacts are unscathed. I admit I wish I could have been there to see it all, even if it does make me queasy. But I was there too early. I'd gone first thing in the morning. At noon, one of the monks chased me out, saying I'd been there too long. Who were they to decide when I've been somewhere too long?
Probably the ones looking after it. That would make sense, right? They're looking after it. It's like, he's been there a while.
Professor, if you're heading to the kingdom, I would recommend taking a coat. It's chilly, even at this time of year. It also rains a fair bit. Don't get caught out there without protection, or you're sure to catch a cold.
Do enjoy a bit of rain. Okay, so let's speak to people in here. Hilda!
Hello. I thought school life would be peaceful and quiet, with a sprinkle of drama to keep things interesting. But since you arrived, it's been one thing after another. Is that just a coincidence, I wonder?
I believe so. Like, no. It's like, it has been very strange, all these random things happening that don't really seem that random.
What do you mean? I don't like the way you said that. Stop trying to spook me.
It's very, very odd. Invite to tea! No. Not yet. Encyclopedia Sweets. Ooh, someone who adores sweets. Who has been stood here before? Again, it's like,
Is it true that Lady Rhea entrusted the Sword of the Creator to you? I can hardly even fathom you being capable of wielding something of such power. Just who are you anyway?
That's a good question. It's a damn good question.
Is it true? I can hardly...
I should actually go through these lost items and actually see about like trying to give them out now, shouldn't I? Just spam them. It's like I've retweeted something earlier in regards to that. Like, just, it's like, yeah, there's like this epic tale. It's like just spamming lost items on people and trying to find out whether or not it's them.
Hey! That's mine! Thank you for finding it!
Well, that was easy. Alright then, there goes my entire point. Alright.
Reminds me. The Leicester Alliance is governed through round-table conferences between the 5 most prominent allied dukes, the 5 great lords. First and foremost is Duke Regan, the Alliance's leader. Joining him are the heads of House Goneril, House Gloucester, and House Ordelia. Lastly, there is the newest addition, Margrave Edmund. These 5 each have voting power in the conferences. Before House Edmund, it was House Daphnel that was counted amongst the 5. However, it is said that the head of that family relinquished their vote to House Edmund, which had only recently risen to significance.
A lot of information being passed around there. I think I took it all in.
Hey, Professor. Don't you think everyone's making too big a fuss over these crests, or heroes' relics, or whatever they're called? How important can that stuff really be?
Quite important, yeah.
Personally, I don't even care that I don't have a crest. I'll take muscles over crests any day. Heck, I'll take muscles over a hot meal. Actually...
Time for a hot meal! But we are ending this part here. In the next part, we'll probably go look at getting some of these quests started, like the blacksmith. It'd be interesting to get that sorted. So we'll see that in the next part. Ta-ta, for now.